In my home state, 276,000 people have lost their extended unemployment benefits. Think about it, 276,000 Californians. Some of our states have populations of 600,000, 700,000, 265,000 people just in California. What does that mean? It means they're suffering. It means their families are suffering. It means they are faced with disaster. And it also means they can't go down to the corner store. They can't go fill up their car with gas. They've got all these problems, and it trickles down through the community, and the community is hurting. That's why we know our bill is so important, because it not only helps the individual, it helps the communities. We know that GDP is, in fact, affected if we don't act. Last month, my colleagues from the other side blocked a one-year extension of unemployment benefits, even after we offered to pay for it. And we gave them votes on the amendments of their choice. We gave them everything they asked for. It's never enough. We had one Republican senator, and I thank Senator Heller, who voted for cloture last month. And I just hope my colleagues will listen to the people and support this extension. I would like to, for my remaining time, read to you, Madam President, some of the letters that I'm getting and emails I'm getting from real people. Real people. Quote, this is Kristen from Chatsworth. I am writing to you to please continue to help get an extension on unemployment. After working over 10 years in the clerical field, I was let go. I was on unemployment. I have been constantly searching for jobs, and after rejection, I have not given up. It's scary to hear my claim will be up after 26 weeks of unemployment. I don't know how I'll make ends meet if they don't extend unemployment. I know I'm not alone on this subject, and millions are as scared as I am. I have never been on welfare or any assistance, even being a teenage mother. Now, my friends on the other side are always talking about how if a teenager gets pregnant, she should have the child. Here's someone who did that. I mean, we should help this woman. We should help this woman. Here's another one. Jay from Albany. Please keep pushing for the unemployment extension. I am one of those who was cut off in December. I'm 61, have 3 college degrees, and I'm a Vietnam-era veteran. This is a man who's a Vietnam-era veteran. He has 3 college degrees, and this is what he says: I am not a number, or lazy, or a stupid individual, as some Republicans would like you to believe. Those checks are our only lifeline. With several layoffs in the last 12 years, he writes, the dot-com crash, and the worst economy of my life, I have sadly had to run through my life savings and 401ks. Think about it, having to run through your life savings and your 401k. Think about it, a veteran who put his life on the line for his country. And he's insulted that the Republicans are intimating that he's lazy or stupid, his words. This is what this man writes, and then I'm going to yield my time so my friend from Montana can add his eloquence to this. This is what he writes: I have worked since I was 15, and I fear I may be homeless soon if I don't get those federal unemployment checks. Listen to what he says. I eat 1 meal a day, and I'm starting to feel quite desperate. Please convince your colleagues that this is something we all paid into and desperately need now, and not in a month or two. We're not receiving welfare checks, but checks we worked for and earned. I know you've always stood up for your constituents and those in times of need. I pray," he writes, "I pray you're successful along with your fellow senators and representatives." This is Jay in Albany. Jay, there are a lot of us here who are not giving up on this. Your voice is heard. I have to close with this one thing because it's so important. Sylvia from Pasadena. This is how she talks about this. "I want to be a normal person again and talk with my friends and family about my day at work and what I achieved for my company and the recognition I received from my boss. I'm not a lazy woman. I want and need to be a normal woman with a fair chance at finding a job. I want my government to be patient and show some compassion. Instead, I get members of Congress calling me names, making me feel ashamed for losing my job through no fault of my own, making me feel desperate because I don't know how I'll be paying my bills." And Sylvia writes to me, "Please don't give up on me, Mrs. Boxer. I ask you to continue to fight, as I can still provide value to this great country. I believe I'm worthy of a little compassion and not name-calling." Madam President, these letters move me to tears, and I am not afraid to say it. I am not afraid to say it. Our friends wanted a short-term bill. That's what they have before them. Our friends wanted a pay-for. This is a pay-for they've agreed with. If they don't help us today, when I say help us, I mean help those who have written to all of us with their stories, they are turning their backs on the backbone of this nation. I yield the floor.